Welcome back to Talk Tickers. You know we love to bring you the juiciest bits from those earnings calls, and today we're diving deep into Beyond Inc.'s Q4 2024 performance.
Definitely a lot to unpack there.
Beyond Inc., you know the folks behind Overstock and the revived Bed Bath & Beyond, they've been making some waves lately.
Some serious waves. I mean, first you see a 21% drop in year-over-year revenue for Q4.
Yeah, that definitely caught my eye. On the surface, that's a bit alarming, right?
Definitely raises some eyebrows, but when you dig a little deeper, look past the headlines, it starts to look more like a calculated move.
Okay, so maybe not a sign of trouble, but more like a shift in strategy.
Exactly. It seems like Executive Chairman Marcus Lomonas, he's got Beyond Inc. laser focused on profitability.
Even if it means a little less growth in the short term.
Precisely. Remember, they went on a bit of a buying spree, picking up all those brands. Now it's consolidation time. Got to optimize that portfolio, right?
Makes sense. They've got this whole collection of big names, but now they need to make them all work together and, more importantly, make them profitable.
And they're pulling out all the stops to make that happen.
So how's that profitability push looking? What are they doing?
It's a multi-pronged approach, very strategic. First, they're cutting costs wherever they can.
Give me the specifics. What kind of cuts?
Well, they're axing unprofitable products, renegotiating with vendors to get better deals, and they're even streamlining their real estate. Think smarter leases, less overhead.
Smart moves, but saving money is only half the battle. What about the revenue side?
That's where their focus on gross margin comes in, and they absolutely crushed it in Q4.
Give me the numbers.
23%, a whopping 380 basis point jump from the previous year.
Hold on, basis points. Remind me, what does that even mean?
Oh, right. Wall Street loves its jargon. Think of basis points as tiny slices of a percentage. One basis point is just 0.01%, so 380 basis points is like saying their gross margin went up by 3.8 percentage points.
Ah, okay, that makes sense. So that's a pretty significant jump. Clearly they're doing something right. Is it all just cost cutting, or is there more to it?
Cost cutting is definitely part of it, sure, but they're also pricing their products more strategically. They're phasing out those low margin items. And get this, they're really being smart about their working capital.
Working capital. How does that play into this?
Well, it's about using the cash they have on hand in the most effective way possible. Not just letting it sit there, but using it to invest in inventory for their most profitable products. Or maybe even making some strategic acquisitions, adding brands that fit well and boost their overall margin.
So it's not just about saving. It's about spending wisely to make even more money. I like it. But in retail, a lot comes down to marketing. How are they going to reach customers and boost sales?
Lomonas didn't mince words on that one. He called their past marketing performance unacceptable, straight up.
Wow, no sugarcoating there.
Yeah.
So what's the new approach?
It's all about efficiency. They're aiming to get their marketing spend down to 12% of revenue, but it's not just about slashing budgets. It's about targeting their campaigns, making them more effective, and really understanding who their customer is.
So less throwing spaghetti at the wall and seeing what sticks, and more like precision targeting.
Exactly. Optimizing their email marketing, improving how search works on their websites, and focusing on those specific customers and product categories where they can get the biggest bang for their buck.
Smart moves. Now, this is where things got really interesting for me. Their talk about tokenization, I mean, that's a pretty big swing, even for a company like Beyond Inc.
It's definitely one to watch. They're talking about potentially tokenizing some of their assets, like the Bye Bye Baby brand.
So instead of just loyalty points, you could actually own a piece of the brand. How would that even work?
Imagine you buy something from Bye Bye Baby. Instead of just a receipt, you get a token, a tiny piece of ownership. And these tokens, they could give you special benefits, access to exclusive stuff, maybe even a share of the profits.
Whoa, that takes customer loyalty to a whole new level. But is this even realistic? Is it actually doable?
It's definitely uncharted territory, but they're serious about this. They've invested in Zero, a blockchain trading platform, and it seems like they're trying to position themselves as pioneers in this whole tokenization space.
It's like they're betting on the future of ownership, digital assets, blockchain, the whole 9 yards. Big risk, but potentially a huge reward if it works out.
And they're not stopping there. They're also building this whole new platform, LifeChain.
Yeah, I read about that. It's like they're going way beyond just selling home goods. This is fintech territory now. What exactly is LifeChain all about?
Think secure, verifiable asset management, but starting with home ownership. Your property deeds, financial records, even your estate planning documents, all safe and sound on the blockchain.
So no more digging through file cabinets.
Yeah.
Sounds like a dream come true for homeowners.
Yeah.
But is blockchain tech really ready for that?
Well, they're partnering with Salesforce to bring in AI and automation, which should make everything run smoothly and efficiently. And they see this as a way to tap into a massive market, become a leader in the fintech world.
So this isn't just some pie-in-the-sky idea. They're really building this thing out.
Mm.
That's impressive. So with all these bold moves, what's your overall takeaway? Are they on the right track?
What stands out to me is their commitment. They're not shying away from tough decisions. They're laser focused on that bottom line.
It's almost like they're taking a page out of the Silicon Valley playbook. Prioritize innovation, disrupt the market, don't be afraid to take risks. But retail is a different beast. Do you really think this strategy will work?
It's a high-stakes gamble, no doubt. They're cutting costs, overhauling their marketing, venturing into uncharted waters with tokenization and LifeChain. Bold moves, risky moves, but definitely attention-grabbing.
It's like they're saying, we're not just playing the game, we're rewriting the rules.
And everyone's watching to see how it plays out.
Definitely going to be an interesting year for Beyond Inc. Now, this is the part of the show we always look forward to.
You know it. Our This Is Not Financial Advice segment, where we let loose a little, have some fun, and come up with a totally outrageous, but maybe, just maybe, plausible trade idea based on what we've learned.
And to be super clear, this is just for fun, folks. We are not financial advisors, and this is absolutely not investment advice.
All right, always do your own research, talk to a professional, and never risk more than you can afford to lose. Golden rules.
Couldn't agree more. All right, let's get speculative. What if Beyond Inc. nails this tokenization strategy? And what if LifeChain becomes the platform for managing digital assets, not just for regular folks, but for businesses too?
Okay, now we're talking. Imagine every big retailer out there wants to launch their own branded tokens, loyalty programs, exclusive access, the whole shebang. And who are they going to turn to for the technology and expertise?
Beyond Inc.
Exactly. With TZ Euro under their belt and all this experience in tokenization, they could become the backbone of this whole new tokenized economy.
So we're not just betting on Beyond Inc.'s brands, we're betting on them becoming the Amazon of the tokenized world.
Now you're getting it. If that happens, their valuation could go through the roof. We're talking multi-bagger potential here. But of course, this is all just a big what if, pure speculation.
Of course. But hey, that's what makes the market so fascinating, right?
Absolutely. Always something new to learn, new trends popping up, companies trying to shake things up. It's what keeps us coming back for more.
Couldn't agree more. And that's why we love doing this show, helping you navigate this crazy world of finance and hopefully sparking some interesting conversations along the way.
Exactly. We're all in this together, learning, exploring.
So stay curious, stay informed, and thanks for tuning in to Talk Tickers. We'll catch you on the next deep dive.
See you then. It's a wild world out there for sure. And Beyond Inc., they're not just dipping their toes in, they're diving head first.
They're making a statement, that's for sure. It takes guts to try something this radical.
Absolutely. And you got to admire that. Even if it doesn't pan out, at least they're swinging for the fences.
I'm with you there. So big picture, what's your read on all this? Are they on the right track? What's the takeaway?
I think what's really fascinating here is their approach. It's very aggressive, very focused, like a laser beam on profitability. They're not messing around.
No hesitation to make the tough calls, even if it means sacrificing some growth in the short term.
Exactly. And that takes discipline, especially in a market that often rewards rapid expansion above all else.
It's almost like they're borrowing from that Silicon Valley playbook.
Yeah.
You know, disrupt, innovate, don't be afraid to shake things up. But retail's a different game, right? Does that kind of approach translate?
It's a gamble for sure. I mean, they're slashing costs, rethinking their marketing, and then you've got these big unknowns like tokenization and LifeChain. Bold moves, risky moves, but they're definitely turning heads.
It's like they're saying, look, we're not just playing the game, we're changing the rules.
And everyone's watching to see if they can pull it off.
Yeah, this is definitely a story that's going to keep unfolding. Now, before we wrap up, we got to get to the good stuff.
Oh yeah, it's time for This Is Not Financial Advice.
The moment you've all been waiting for, where we let loose, have some fun, and come up with a totally outrageous, but you never know, maybe even plausible, trade idea based on what we've learned today.
And remember, folks, we say it every time, but it's important. We are not financial advisors, and this is not investment advice, just some good old-fashioned speculation.
Purely hypothetical, just for entertainment purposes.
Exactly. Always do your own research, talk to a professional, and don't risk anything you can't afford to lose. Golden rules of investing.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Huh?
Okay, disclaimer out of the way. Let's get creative. What if, and this is a big what if Beyond Inc. not only nails this whole tokenization thing, but LifeChain actually takes off the way they're hoping? Like, really takes off.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Paint me a picture. What does that look like?
Imagine if they become the go-to platform for managing digital assets. Not just for individuals, but for businesses too.
Now that's interesting. You're thinking bigger beyond just retail consumers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Think about all those big companies trying to figure out this whole Web3 thing. Branded tokens, loyalty programs, the whole 9 yards. So where are they going to turn to?
Beyond Inc.
You got it.
Yeah.
They've got TZRO, they're building experience of tokenization. They could be the ones to build the infrastructure for this whole new tokenized world.
So you're saying we're not just investing in their brands, we're investing in them becoming the Amazon of Web3, the tokenization platform for everyone.
Exactly. And if that happens, well, their valuation could go absolutely bananas. Multi-bagger territory for sure.
Yeah.
But of course, that's a lot of ifs.
A whole lot of ifs and a whole lot of speculation.
Okay.
But hey, that's what makes this fun, right?
Yeah.
It is fun to think about the possibilities, that's for sure.
Absolutely. And hey, sometimes those wild ideas turn into reality. Look at how much the world has changed just in the past few years.
That's the beauty of it, right? The market's always evolving, and it's anyone's guess what the next big thing will be.
And who knows, maybe we'll look back in a few years and say, remember when Beyond Inc. was just that company that sold bedding and furniture?
And now they're the backbone of the tokenized world. Stranger things have happened.
Exactly. Well, folks, that about wraps up our deep dive into Beyond Inc.'s Q4 2024 earnings call. Definitely a company to keep an eye on.
Lots of potential, lots of risk. It's going to be a wild ride.
And we'll be here to break it all down for you. Thanks for tuning in to Talk Tickers, your go-to source for all things earnings calls. We'll catch you on the next deep dive.
See you then.